Hey guys, 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 was watching this documentary on Amazon. I think it was Amazon. I don't know if it's Amazon, Netflix, one, two. But anyways, the documentary was called Generation Jobless. If you have not seen it, go watch it. This documentary was talking about how people are sold a lie, basically, or they're not necessarily a lie, but they're sold these great hopes that if they go to college, they do all the right things, they go to college, they get these degrees, that they're going to make a lot more money than people that don't go to college. But what they're not telling you is that in some sectors, there's way too many people, and then they're still spitting out people with degrees. And colleges know this and still will accept people. For example, in some states, there's an overage of teachers, but then they're still taking all these people in with teaching degrees. So then people are sitting around waiting, or like in my state, there's a shortage because these schools are just out of control. But anyway, but the point is, they know that there's certain sectors that they need more people to be educated in, but they're not educating people in those areas, right? So we're sold this hope that you're going to make all this money when you go to college, okay? And you're going to make way more than people who don't, which is not necessarily true. And what ends up happening is a lot of people are coming out of college with massive debt. By the time they end up paying their monthly student loan bill, they're living paycheck to paycheck. Or they end up having to go get a part-time job. I did that when I first started working as a professional. I needed a part-time job. All right? So yeah. So that's the hope that is sold to us. All right? And what happens is we become reliant on or we become dependent. That's the word we're using. I'm making a word, y'all. We become dependent on a paycheck for our survival, to pay our bills, to do what we need to do. And that's fine. That's fine. But that's what ends up happening. We become dependent on that. But what happens when your job gets outsourced? What happens when you're not making the income that you thought you were going to make? What happens when life happens and you need a raise, and you can't go to your boss or whoever to ask you just to go into a pot of money and give you a raise? You know, what do you do? And a lot of people think going to get a part-time job is the answer. It's not the answer. You're going to get taxed more because you got a part-time job. The tax brackets are built for the wealthy and business owners. So it's a perfect time to start a business because it is a tax shelter. Okay, you can decrease your tax liability as well. I'm not a tax expert. I'll put that out there, but this I know. All right. But anyways, so having an online business puts you in a position where you are not dependent. You may have fell for the hope, right, of a college degree or a job, giving you all the things that you felt that you deserved and that you wanted. And it might not have worked out that way, but being online can position you to earn extra income, all right, and make what you want without killing yourself. All right. I also don't feel that anybody should be dependent specifically on their employer. And here's why. Employers change. Industries change overnight. Lord, with this fool in office, we don't know what's going to happen with our economy. You should always be in a position where you could still take care of yourself. Man, if our economy tanked overnight, man, I'm going to start hashtagging Nigeria. I can make money anywhere because it's online, it's global, it's digital, right? And that's a great position to be at. I'm going to just share the last bit of my story. So a couple years ago, and I've shared this online before, I was in a job that was extremely toxic, right? And I was making good money, over 60,000 plus a year, making good money, decent money, right? I wasn't like, ooh, well, no, but I was making over $60,000 a year. But the job itself was so toxic that I made a decision. My what do you call it? Doctor walked in and slid me disability papers. And he said, you are on I was on 2 blood pressure medications. He said, you're on 2, not 1, 2 blood pressure medications. He said, your blood pressure is consistently high on 2 blood pressure medications from the stress. Not that I couldn't handle the job. It was that my job was toxic and my supervisor was just crazy. I can't even dance around that. She was crazy. People in my job were leaving. People were quitting. It was just absolute madness and craziness. Okay? So anyways, I realized at that point that I never again wanted to be in a position where my employer decided what I made. Right? Okay, yes, I still work, but I decide what I make. And if I decide that I want to walk away from a job, I can still make the residual or the income to be like, you know what, you could keep this, right? Because you deserve that much. You deserve to be able to not have to wake up every day and go to an abusive work environment. You deserve to be able to make whatever you feel that you're worth. Some of us are, you know, and I'm speaking from working at the job where I was before. I was doing all the work, and some of my coworkers was like putting in less than 20 hours of work. They was pretending like they was working, but they wasn't working. And I'm making 60, they making 95. Yeah, they had been there longer, but they didn't do nothing. All their work got dumped on my plate. Right? So I know my worth, and now online, I can make what I feel that I'm worth. So that's it. I don't want to ramble too much. I just know that like the economy is changing. I know that like there's so many situations where people are in work environments where they know they should be getting paid more. They don't want to be there. And you should be positioning, not that this is going to happen overnight, but you should be beginning the process of positioning yourself to make extra income so that no matter what, you have a safety net. And that's it. You know, that's it. That's what everybody should be doing right now. Our economy is changing. College degrees are not what they used to be. Places of employment aren't what they used to be. They aren't. So people need to position themselves to always have a safety net. And that's it. I just wanted to really just let you know my thoughts on why it's so important to start positioning yourself. If you want to know what I do to make money online, you know, I'll put some information below. Connect with me. Let's see where you fit in to help you start earning. All right, that's it. Bye, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and I hope this was of value to you. Bye.